Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the War Report podcast. This week we have a lot to cover, especially since we were not here last week. But boy, do we have a lot to talk about. Mainly Raw is what I want to focus on. And the significance to why I'm playing Mick Foley is because other than Chris Jericho's list, I think Mick Foley stole the show. Which, to be honest with you, I never thought I would say, Eric, especially when Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar are scheduled to be on the show.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to start with that because it's driving me fucking crazy. This is the first time ever I have been disappointed with Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar. And part of me, what I don't understand is that what was Vince McMahon thinking? Like, what did he expect was going to happen?
Right. What with the reaction?
Right. You're expecting Brock's hometown to boo him and put Goldberg over. Like, that was poor fucking planning. So now your instinct is to just hit the music and cut the fucking thing off in the middle, beyond awkward. And even Heyman and Brock looked at each other like, what the fuck just happened? It was the worst segment I've ever seen, and I have never thought I would say that about Paul Heyman because, as you know, Paul Heyman is my guy. There's nobody better than Paul Heyman, in my opinion. What the fuck was that? Go for it. Tell me your thoughts. Hey, Kat.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Am I too loud this time, or am I better?
No, you're perfect. So go for it, Eric.
Apparently, I read something that Vince was like furious in the back about the reaction, but that baffles me because how can he possibly have that opinion? I don't get it.
Goldberg sucks chance because you're in Brock's hometown, and this fucking surprises you. I just don't understand.
Not even. It's amazing. Not even Paul Heyman could sway the crowd. And usually he can.
He tried.
He tried. He did try.
He tried many times. Kat, what do you think?
I was actually laughing hysterically at that, to be honest, because I just couldn't believe. I don't understand why Vince was surprised. I don't understand why anyone was surprised. It's his freaking hometown. It was like the same pop that Curtis Axel got.
Yeah.
It was an identical pop. It's their town. That would be like John Cena going to Boston and not getting a pop.
Well, to be fair, I think John Cena is the only person that can go back to his hometown and get booed. But
this is true. That's true, but still.
Maybe Roman Reigns too.
Well, it doesn't fucking matter where Roman is. He's getting booed.
I'm so sick of Roman Reigns. I really am.
Yeah, you're not alone. I don't get it. So Vince McMahon.
Is it wrong that I want Lana to put him through the cell on Sunday?
I don't get it. It was very poor booking. So now
Best part was the list, as usual.
Well, the list was great, and I thought Mick Foley was great.
Yeah.
Mick Foley, to me, other than the list stole the show, that promo, and there's more significance too, I think, to the promo if you watch Holy Foley. I don't know if you guys have watched it, but when they go to the warehouse and he sees the actual Hell in the Cell and he gets all emotional and like you really know like it's not just a work for Mick Foley. What he says, it's raw emotion. It really did fuck his career, but it was great at the moment and it brought back a lot for him. And now, he's the best person to be in that position to have that talk with Charlotte and Sasha. I thought that it gave more relevance, more realism to that match. And I honestly think Vince is going to make the decision and they're going to go last at the pay-per-view.
I think they should. I
hope so.
Honestly, I don't think that the Reigns Rusev feud or the Owens Rollins feud have enough fuel for a sell. I really don't. I think Sasha and Charlotte definitely do. And also to the point, Foley.
Well, how much fuel do you actually need? I mean, the sell in itself. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
right.
I get what you're saying, but how much fuel do you actually need to
it's just 3 is way too much, in my opinion. Three cell matches is ridiculous.
It'd be better if it was better 3 cell matches, though.
I don't know. I don't like the idea of Hell in a Cell as a pay-per-view because it should happen when it needs to, like when it used to.
I agree.
But
I agree with that. But let me ask you a question. Hold on. I agree with you 100%. But let me ask you a question. See, it's not really much of a question. My fear. I'm excited for 3 Hell in a Cell matches because I love Hell in a Cell matches. My fear is how much different stuff are you going to be able to do in each one of those matches so that we're not bored out of our minds. Sasha and Charlotte, that on its own is going to probably steal the show. So I'm not really concerned, but how are the other 2 going to hold up, and keep us interested? Like when they did the first ever 60-minute Iron Man match with Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, the biggest fear was, how are we going to keep everybody, focused and into a 60-minute match with the same 2 people? They were able to pull it off. So that's going to be the trick now, is how you're going to keep our attention and make each one interesting in its own way.
That's true. But to your other point about Mick Foley, as we all know, is a big advocate for the women's division in general. So that also helped.
Oh yeah, 100%.
His position on the women's division really hit it home. And but yeah, that match is it's history. It's the first Hell in a Cell match for women, and it's most likely could be the first time in a pay-per-view that women have closed the show.
I will say this, though, one thing that really fears me about this match, and we didn't get to talk about it because we unfortunately weren't on last week, but there was a report that Vince and Charlotte got into an actual heated argument backstage.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't read that.
Yeah, because Charlotte, if I read it right, Charlotte wants to do her corkscrew moonsault off the top of the cell.
Yep.
Because she's a fucking nutcase, right? So Vince is kind of like, absolutely not. So she's pissed because of the whole kind of double standard deal. You got Shane, who just recently did an elbow. I'm thinking she's not looking to just do an elbow. She's looking to do a corkscrew moonsault, which 1,000,001 things could go wrong.
Well, the match was requested to be choreographed.
Right. Well, that too. And yeah.
What, they're going all Savage Steamboat on this thing?
Yeah, they are.
That's kind of what they want to do because they're kind of terrified that something's going to happen to them. And I get it, and I appreciate that. But I feel like they're going to water down that match so much and not let them do anything that all that's going to be is the fact that they're inside the cell. Yeah, they'll get whipped into it and they'll bounce off it a little bit, but I'm afraid we're not going to see anything amazing. I think what's going to make that match amazing is going to be the crowd because she's in Boston. I think the crowd is going to pull that match together. I don't necessarily think it's going to be anything, eye-dropping or jump out of your seat because I don't think they're going to allow them to do any of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a big thing for women, though, so.
It's a huge thing for women.
It's more important than Hillary Clinton, in my opinion, so.
I don't like either one of them.
To comment. I'm waiting for Ryan to comment on that one.
Oh, he will, trust me.
I know.
In fact, you'll probably see something pop up on the screen. You'll probably
That's
send
exactly
a message
what
lower.
I'm saying. I'm waiting for that any second.
Oh, yeah. So, so I think Raw, look, so overall, I thought Raw was pretty weak. You had the botched promo. You had a great segment with Sasha, Charlotte, and Mick. Raw emotion and an actual contract signing where there were no punches thrown.
Yeah.
So I like that. I actually enjoyed that.
It's a first.
Well, yeah, there's a first for everything. I thought that was great. Outside of that, I thought Raw kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even see the main event.
SmackDown better.
You know what? Consistently, SmackDown, I think, has been a better show.
Yep.
And I don't know. I mean, listen, I'm a big mark for AJ. So on that alone. But But I don't know. You know what though? I've been saying it all along. I think the 2 hours makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
3 hours, you drag shit on, you throw shit in that doesn't need to be there. Like, listen, Curtis Axel, great pop, great promo, dropping Mr. Perfect and all that stuff. But then he lost, so there was his momentum. And what are we doing? What are we doing with Gallows and Anderson? I mean,
Nothing.
they can't pay for a win. I just, how do you bring them in, the Bullet Club, and you have them job out every week? I will say this, though. The opening segment with Enzo, with the fake mic and the whole crowd doing it was awesome. But outside of that, and I love Enzo and Cass, I'm glad they won, but at the same time, what are you doing? I just don't understand why, who did they piss off that now they're glorified jobbers?
I mean, do you think that maybe they'll get the win at the pay-per-view if that's what they're going for?
I mean, it's very possible, but I think, I guess. Yeah.
I thought they
It's all
should have been
because it's
tag champs
Festus.
by now.
What was that, Kat?
It's Festus's fault.
I still think that's great that Vince had no idea that was Festus.
That's what I'm saying. That's why this is happening. He's like, I hired Festus.
Yeah. I mean, but the Bullet Club is so badass. And
Absolutely. I agree.
I mean, they're just ruining it. I don't get it at all.
Yeah, I really thought they'd be tag champs by now,
But you're right. There's a very strong chance they're going to win them at the pay-per-view.
It's definitely possible.
But you know what? As far as positive, let's go back to last week because we weren't here last week. We need to discuss Goldberg because that was one of the greatest promos of Goldberg that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Real emotion, passion. It got to him, and like his kid and wife in the front row. You can't ask for a better promo than that from Goldberg.
Yeah, no, Goldberg was great. You know what it is too? I think 12 years being out of the business, you have a young generation that doesn't necessarily know Goldberg outside of the network.
Right.
So I think in the back of his mind, there was some serious fear of, well, shit, my kid, my wife in the front row, they're finally going to see me. Is the crowd going to care? Like, am I going to come out and not get a reaction? And, he got the reaction he deserved. And I think he got caught up in the moment. And, I mean, it was great. It was a great promo. You could tell that he meant every word of that. And, it was convincing. It was raw. It was Goldberg back after 12 years. I had goosebumps. It was just a great moment. And we're not going to have too many of those. So, that was huge. And I'm hoping he puts on a good show at Survivor Series with Brock. And I hope it's good enough where maybe they keep Goldberg around for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like one or two more matches besides, this one.
I mean, at least a Mania match.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was really like, and Steve and I and a couple others were fortunate enough to meet Goldberg in person. And he's a hell of a guy. And it was Goldberg's idea to make that picture where it looked like he was going to kill all of us.
Well, he was like, we were lined up like he was going to spear us.
Yeah.
In fact, if you go to our Twitter page, that's our picture now. As of right now, it's that picture. And it's funny too, because right in the middle of the picture, didn't he get a phone call from Brian Knobbs?
He did.
Yeah, he got a call from Brian Knobbs.
And the other funny thing is that we accidentally blocked, I think it was me, I accidentally blocked Vince in the shot. So everyone in the picture is Jewish.
Oh, God.
That's hilarious.
Just something to think about. But Goldberg, that promo was best Goldberg promo I've ever heard.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, he was never the best on the mic, so it was it was a good deal.
What about that last line that he said? Because he said,
"You're next and you're last."
Yeah,
you're last. Yeah,
you're not just next, you're last. So, is that him saying that? That's going to be it, and that match, or is it something else? I don't know.
That was the impression I got, that this was going to be his one and out. But I think with the response he's getting, and let's face it, the merchandise sales he's going to get are going to be insane. It's. I think he's gonna do really well. I think he's gonna hang around.
Yeah, I think at the very least, maybe like a Rumble appearance, like in the middle of it, like just as a participant, and then whoever his Mania feud is going to be the one to eliminate him. Would be a cool way to do it. And there's a number of opponents that Goldberg could face. I mentioned this last time. Goldberg and Cena would be incredible, I think.
Yeah, I think that would be good. I mean, shit, dude, there's a lot. There's really a lot you can do with him. Rusev would probably be another good one.
Even Reigns, I mean, if you want Reigns to get heel heat, that's
that's a good way to do it. You're right.
That's a true story.
Sorry, guys, if you hear the kids in the background.
Nobody did a better spear than Goldberg, in my opinion.
Oh, no, his spear was the best.
So it'd be the Battle of the Spears.
Oh, that's true.
Like, I never got, like, why that was a move for Edge, because, I mean, he's tall and lanky, yeah, but he's not... Edge wasn't, to me, like, muscular enough to be doing that kind of move, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, too.
It's like Alexa Bliss, before she does the flip out the top or whatever, that little push down thing that she does, she's too small to be doing that type of move, that like an impact move like that, you know what I mean? Like some moves just don't fit the wrestler.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Talk about a waste on Raw last night. What about Bayley and Dana Brooks?
What the fuck was that? So now we're going back to arm wrestling? Like, was Vince Russo booking this match? I was glad that the fucking crowd started chanting, "This is boring." And
where's Chris Masters when you need him?
You know, this is stupid and all that, because Vince was listening. I mean, what the fuck? You're wasting Bayley's talent on an arm wrestling match? Dana Brooke, in my opinion, has no talent, and she's garbage. But Bayley, I mean, that's just a waste to me. I didn't understand that at all.
Well, Dolph Ziggler seems to like her, so,
Which I don't fucking get at all, because I've heard of his past and who he's had the chance to be.
Right, like he stated Nikki Bella.
What a
Nikki
downgrade.
Bella, exactly.
What a downgrade. You went from, like, filet mignon to a skirt steak. I don't get it. I'm just saying.
That was great.
You like that?
Oh my god.
I don't understand what poor judgment. But you know what though? It's even like Edge, for example. He had Lita, and then he winds up marrying and has a baby with Beth Phoenix. Like I just never found her attractive. She's too manly to me. It's just a weird, I don't know. But then you get like AJ Lee and CM Punk. Like that fits for me. I can see that. It makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, but then CM Punk went from Lita to AJ.
Yeah, but see, that I didn't think was a downgrade, in my opinion. There's something about AJ. I don't know what it is. I always had a thing for her. I don't know why.
Well, she's cute as hell.
She's hot. It's okay. You could say it. It's okay.
No, but she's usually not my taste, but there's something about her,
She's everyone's taste. My husband says the same thing. It's
okay. Yeah, it's just there's something about her. I don't know.
And my husband normally is like a diehard like Trish Stratus fan, but AJ was appealing.
Man, see her in person. We actually got to, we did Eric and I did for Women of Wrestling, and they did a kind of an induction ceremony thing, and it was headlined by Trish and Lita and a bunch of other great women, and so we got to meet Trish, and we were up close and with Trish and her new baby at the time. He was still very little. I mean, he's still little, but
she's pregnant again too.
Yeah, she's having another baby.
Yeah, so that's why they brought Mickie James in for NXT.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Trish, which I thought was quite interesting.
Especially
very excited about Mickie James.
Toronto of all places, but yes, Mickie James. I'm very excited about that.
Yeah, I am too, and I hope she, does her thing because who knows, maybe it can turn into something. I mean, it would be great to see Mickey back, and quite frankly, she would be a good one to help the NXT guys. Especially in the Performance Center. I mean, she was one that could wrestle, so she'd be a great addition. So here's another rumor I wanted to talk about and see if you guys heard this and your thoughts on it. AJ Styles versus Shawn Michaels.
I don't really put too much into that, honestly. I think Shawn is done, and that's it.
I don't know, Eric. AJ Styles tweeted.
His Twitter account went crazy with that this week.
I mean,
and his
the match should be incredible.
His Twitter, he put up a graphic
Picture
showing him versus Shawn. What do you guys think?
for the Royal Rumble. Yeah,
right. And I feel like he wouldn't be putting that up unless the WWE was behind it.
I hope Paul's been doing some really good talking with his friend. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man. I'm having mixed emotions about that because I really respect Shawn Michaels for, unlike Ric Flair, sticking to his word, and Flair, let's be honest, Flair fucked that up by wrestling in TNA. It's one thing appearing in TNA, that's fine, but wrestling there, I mean, come on. After that amazing send-off they gave Flair, it was kind of a punch.
But you know what, Eric? You know as well as everyone else, this is all these guys know. And there's no better feeling than that adrenaline when you walk out that curtain and hear the crowd. You got to imagine he misses it. He has stayed out of the ring for a long time. It's just one of those things. I get what you're saying, and I kind of agree with you to a point. But at the same time, I understand it. I understand why the bug itches to the point where they have no choice and they have to get back in the ring. I get it. And Shawn Michaels is one of those guys that he's in shape enough to do it right now.
Yeah, I mean, I would not be against a one-off at all whatsoever because the match would be incredible. And I'd even argue that Shawn Michaels, when he made his comeback from 2002 on, was a better wrestler then than he was before he got injured.
I would almost rather that match not happen at Royal Rumble and have them do it at Mania.
Oh yeah,
that would be better.
Mania quality match.
He is Mr. WrestleMania, after all.
It's a dream match.
That it is.
What do you guys think about this cruiserweight deal on Raw with Kendrick? I'm starting to get the impression this is going to be a finger pull job.
It's hard to say because Perkins comes off as heelish to me. There's nothing likable about him, in my opinion. That stupid dance or whatever the fuck they call it annoys the hell out of me. And I get it. They want Kendrick as the heel, and Kendrick is great as a heel, but Perkins just doesn't do it for me as a face, and it's tough. It's a tough one.
I'm not feeling. I'm all just more about Brian Kendrick the way that he is right now, and I just want Brian Kendrick to have the belt. Honestly,
I'm rooting for him at Hell in a Cell.
Well,
I am too.
Your wish is coming true because he's going to win the title. There's no question in my mind.
I mean, didn't he just flat out say, "I think you should give it to me"?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
He did, yeah.
Apparently, Kevin Nash has commented over the Lesnar segment.
Oh, what did Nash have to say about that?
Oh, what did he say about that? Yeah.
All right, hang on.
You see us both jump wait a minute, what?
Is it? Yeah, no. Anytime Nash is speaking. All right, so he sends a tweet, and he goes, "Always have the heel return to his hometown to castrate the babyface. Welcome back, WCW Guy 101. Guess 12 years was too soon. Ladder match? TMZ recently caught up with DDP's daughter. Oh, that's the other thing. So did you guys hear about this? Apparently, TMZ reported that DDP's daughter, Piper's daughter, and Hogan's daughter, and Lacey Von Erich are all going to start their own wrestling company.
I just read this like 20 like 30 minutes ago. I just read it.
We
Are
need to
you
get tag.
serious?
We need to get TagMeADate a part of that shit.
Oh yeah.
But yeah,
That is
apparently
huge.
this is like real. I mean, you put them all together, they sure as hell have the money to do it.
Yeah.
The
I
only
mean,
one
we-
I've actually. I'm sorry, Eric. Go ahead.
We need something if TNA is going bye-bye, you know.
Any new buyers this week?
Who's and any new sewers either?
See, that's where who's next needs to be.
Like, who isn't suing TNA these days?
I
Fucking
don't know.
Billy,
That list is really long.
There's
Billy
no way
Corgan.
they're coming back
Billy
from
Corgan
that.
himself is suing TNA.
I mean, for anyone that really thinks TNA is going to survive, they're out of their minds. They should have gone under a long time ago.
They can't. Yeah.
I said they're the JTG of wrestling promotions. They're just somehow they're always still there.
Crime time.
I just don't get it. I mean, and it's a shame because there was a time that I loved TNA.
I
But
do too.
it was early on.
And it's never and we all stress this. We like to stress this that it's never the talent. The talent was always there. The talent was always excellent.
Yeah.
But you know, it's just the way they do things. Dixie Carter and oh my God, it's just a nightmare.
It's worse than Bischoff.
Yeah.
Listen, at the end of the day, Bischoff beat Vince McMahon in the ratings for
86 weeks.
86 weeks.
Weeks.
So, you know, people can say what they want. Bischoff was a fucking genius. I mean,
Until he made Tony Schiavone announce that Mick Foley was going to win the title.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Well, that was the backfire, yeah, because they underestimated Foley's popularity severely.
Wasn't it the same night as the Finger of Doom too?
It was the same night.
Yep. Yes, I'm dating myself here. I'm scary. Sorry.
Oh, I listened. We were all there for that.
Did you guys hear about Frenchie Martin this week too?
Yes.
Yeah, Frenchie Martin passed away.
God, I remember him. He was flag bearer basically for Dino Bravo.
Dino Bravo. Yep.
Yeah.
And he would say he'd have those signs that says USA is not okay. I always remember, like, and Dino Bravo would always come out to like the French national anthem, you know, the whole French Canadian thing, and then yeah, the Frenchie Martin there. That's very sad. Rest in peace.
I'm still really screwed up, man, about how even Dino Bravo died, man.
Oh yeah,
That's got to be one of the craziest things I've
it
ever
was
heard.
a mafia hit.
Yep. While he was sitting in his recliner.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's a damn
That
shame.
was so unbelievable. I mean, damn, I can't even believe that. That's 23 years ago.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, 93, I think.
Wow.
He died before Andre the Giant?
Yeah.
No, I think it was later in the year.
Oh, okay.
But it was the same year?
Yeah.
I thought it was 92 and 93. Maybe
Maybe
93, 94.
Unless it was 92. I don't know. It was right. It was 92, 93, 94. One of those years. But even so, it's still 20 plus years.
Yeah, you're right,
And-
because it was him, Andre, Dino Bravo, and I think Joey Morello was the other big one in those
And
couple
Kerry
of years.
Von Erich.
And Kerry Von Erich, yep.
Morello died in the car accident, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fell asleep behind the wheel. Harvey Whippleman was in the car with him, actually.
It took me a long time to figure out that he was Gorilla Monsoon's son.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was Gorilla Monsoon's son.
Yeah,
You
'cause-
didn't know Joey Morello was Robert Morello's kid? Yeah.
Wow, I never put that together.
And he was the, ironically
shit.
enough, he was the ref for Andre and Hogan at WrestleMania 3.
That I remember.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Do you
him
remember-
and JYD both died in car accidents, too.
yeah. JYD died in the same kind of way.
Yeah, well, his was at his daughter's high school graduation.
Yeah. See, that's why people like Nancy Grace piss me off, because she's reading this list
Yes.
of wrestlers that died, and she puts Owen Hart of all people in that
Oh,
list.
she's an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the whole, yep, she put that in there. And even with she was saying Owen Hart. She categorized the Chris Benoit and the Ultimate Warrior thing in the same category.
I don't understand that.
DDP went off on her. DDP went off. That was one of the best things I've ever seen.
Yeah. That really pissed me off because like it's one thing if you're gonna list wrestlers that died of like drugs or drug related, okay, whatever, but at least keep it like relevant to the same conversation. You can't just look at a list of wrestlers that died and just say, oh, okay, let's bunch them in,
Yep.
Oh, she's just a piece of shit. She doesn't know what she's talking about.
Balls Mahoney's autopsy report came in this week too.
Well, it was his came in. There was one other one too.
Axel Rotten.
Right, and they both had the concussion stuff.
Yep, they had CTE. Yep.
And then what is it that's going on with Dynamite Kid right now?
Well, he's been all screwed up for a long time.
He has, yeah.
But I mean, that was the
page now.
Yeah, well, that was the roids. The roids fucked him up.
Yeah, but Davey Boy Smith Jr. actually just is contributing to the GoFundMe page and posted it on his Facebook this week too. But he's in real bad shape, and they're saying it's concussions on top of the roids and all that good stuff.
Yeah, because he was the innovator of the top rope headbutt.
Yeah, the British Bulldog is dead, or we're talking about his son. She's eavesdropping while I have the Bluetooth in, so she's like chomping at the bit.
I have to say something. Can I say something?
Say hi, Eric.
Hi.
Hi, Eric.
There you go. She hasn't heard anything. Don't worry. She only hears what I'm saying.
Oh man. How the hell did we get on to wrestler deaths?
I probably started it. Sorry. We started on Frenchie Martin. Sorry. Yeah, I did start it. My fault. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I mean, it's some of these really get to us. Some of the more emotional ones were obviously Owens. Eddie's.
Owens was.
Eddie's was bad. Dusty's, Piper's, Warriors. Those were all devastating too. Kurt Hennig, that was another one.
Kurt Hennig, let's see. Kerry Von Erich.
No.
It's been a whole bunch of them.
Rick Rude,
Rick Rude, yeah.
The Louis Spicoli thing was kind of sudden too.
Yeah, I remember that one.
That was right in the middle of the whole NWO thing.
Yep. Mine one that still kills me besides Randy Savage's is mine's still Elizabeth's.
Yeah.
Elizabeth's absolutely killed me.
Well, you can thank Luger for that one.
Oh, I don't even want to talk about that piece of shit.
Speaking of Luger,
I cannot stand him.
What's up, intern?
How's it going?
See what you walked into?
I've been listening.
So what's going on tonight for SmackDown Live?
Oh, AJ Ambrose. And if Ambrose wins, he gets the title shot.
That picture of you with James Ellsworth is worth a lot of money now.
Right? I had to. I was there in Raleigh, and I was like, holy shit, that's James Ellsworth. I got to get a pic with him.
He is one of the weirdest looking guys.
And he knows it too. He knows. He's in on the joke. He gets it. But still, I mean, shit, they should just make him the ref tonight.
I don't really understand this whole fascination with Ellsworth. I mean, to me, he reminds me of Gilbert.
Yeah. Well, he's more of a everyman.
Of a what?
But they're giving.
He's not special. Everybody can insert themselves into his shoes because he isn't muscular. He isn't a superstar. He's Ellsworth.
If he had a Barry Horowitz-like moment, it would work. I don't know.
I'll give him this. He had a pretty good super kick, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
dude,
No chin music.
him winning anything is not believable.
Well, yeah.
You know, like even Daniel Bryan, it was believable that he would win because he was Daniel fucking Bryan. You know what I mean? You can't say that about Ellsworth.
There was a climb to the top for Bryan.
Yeah.
You can't start at the top.
People are comparing it to like when Sean Waltman was 1-2-3 Kid. You know, like when that whole thing with Razor happened.
Yeah.
But Kid Waltman had been wrestling for a while, and at that point, and he was athletic, and and he had a good
Waltman has
moveset.
more charisma.
Listen, back then he was doing a moonsault. You didn't see that very often. So you were kind of intrigued by him, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
he weighed nothing.
Right.
And that, but that I'll never forget that moment when that moonsault and the pin on Razor Ramon. I was like, holy shit.
Everybody had that holy shit reaction.
That was fantastic.
That's when it was still the Manhattan Center.
Yes. When Raw was uncooked,
uncensored. Yep.
Oh, that's when Sunny looked good too, and she was laying over a pool table with a pool cue. I was in love with her back then. So sad to see what happened to her now.
Oh God, she's a train wreck.
Another comparison is how many times did a Razor Ramon lose compared to a WWE champion lose nowadays?
Wait, what?
The amount of losses a star like Razor Ramon took compared to a heel WWE champion. It never happened for back then with Razor Ramon losing. It was a bigger moment.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, that's true. True. I mean, listen, shit's a lot different now than it was, 20 years ago.
I mean, honestly, I expected some kind of a goofy finish with Ambrose being the ref.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, that was a given. But that's the other thing too. It's just it's predictable.
But that was but the whole reason they had Ellsworth win at all was to
further the feud,
increase the feud between AJ and Ambrose. To give that heat, especially with Cena away for a bit for the time.
It's been nice. It's been nice, hasn't it?
What, without Cena?
Without Cena, yeah.
I don't mind Cena.
Who hasn't? I'm a John Cena diehard fan.
You're allowed to be a John Cena diehard fan. You're under 10.
Hey, come on now. Don't throw stones over here.
Oh my God, Cena on Total Bellas. Holy shit, he's
Yeah. That answer.
I could not live in that house. I'll tell you.
Yeah, no, there's no way I would be able to live with that man. I mean, it's just insane. The rules are so stupid. I mean, I'm not dressing up to have dinner in a house I'm staying in. You can go fuck yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that to me is just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
It is ridiculous. He has some really, really weird shit.
He's a weird guy. He's a weird guy.
Yes, he is.
Did you hear his answer at Comic-Con for what he likes eating?
What?
What's happening?
Oh, he implied Nikki's vagina.
Oh, yeah.
Ah.
The guy says, "What's your favorite food?" This kid says to Cena, "What's your favorite food?" And Cena goes, "Well, I could have Nikki stand up, but you wouldn't get that yet."
No.
That's
not
hilarious.
so PG, huh?
No, not so PG rated anymore. They keep saying they're trying to make a heel turn for him finally.
For who?
I don't believe that when I
Vince is still very hesitant to pull the trigger because he's afraid of what's going to happen. I think it would be the best move ever.
I look at it like this. How much merchandise did Hogan sell when he turned and joined the NWO? Right? Cena would still sell just as much merch, if not more.
Yeah. It was literally you just switch the crowd.
Here's the thing, though. Who do you have him turn on to get the fans to really like boo? You know what I mean? Like
Taker.
It has to be the
Undertaker.
right. Taker would be
Undertaker.
Right
WrestleMania.
No, you do Flair.
That's true too.
You just have him break the record and have Cena just shove it in his face.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. That's true.
Have like Flair come down and congratulate him, and maybe have Flair take a little bump.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
He could AA Flair after that. After the handshake.
Or just a handshake and smack with the title to project for it.
Yeah. Yeah, those
Hey,
are two
Eric?
good candidates. Yes.
I have a note here from Autumn that says, "I love Eric. He rocks. #awesome."
Well, thank you, Autumn. I appreciate that.
He said, "Thank you, Autumn. I
And
appreciate."
ask him the question now.
What question? She wants to know who you like better, Rusev or TJ Perkins.
Ooh, that's a good question. Rusev.
Oh yeah, I'd have to agree.
Rusev is at least funny.
I enjoy Rusev.
What did he say?
I really hope he takes
really-
the US
They're
title.
saying
really-
Rusev.
He looks really weird though with that new look without the mustache.
Oh yeah, that is weird.
I kind of like, actually. I like the change of the look a little bit. Although it doesn't really do much. It's like,
No.
it's kind of, I don't know. Rusev, you know what's, I like Rusev a lot. I really do, because he's great in the ring. But he, I don't know. I'm starting to get, tired. I don't know. Maybe they need to have him switch brands or something. I don't know what it is, but I need to see him feuding with somebody else.
Well,
I can't.
it's funny. It's funny you mentioned the switching brands thing because I read some kind of rumor at Survivor Series where one of the stipulations would be that there'd be trades made after whichever brand lost.
Yeah, I heard
Yep.
the winning team gets to pick 3 people from the other brands.
Because
That would be interesting.
I feel like guys like Cesaro and Sami Zayn should have been on SmackDown.
Yes.
You know what? I'm glad you brought up Sami Zayn. Really? This is who we're having go up against Braun Strowman? I mean, you want to talk about another booking disaster? What the fuck are they thinking? I don't get it. That's another one. I just don't get it. Sami Zayn going over on Braun is not happening, especially in his first big feud with somebody other than a jobber. Why are they punishing Sami Zayn would be the next question.
I don't think it's really punishing. They're not benefiting them, but I don't see them punishing.
Yeah, but you bring these guys up from NXT.
No, I completely agree with you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just kills all the momentum.
I get completely what you're getting at.
A lot of these guys they bring up without a plan. Like Neville was another one that they bring up without a plan.
Mm-hmm.
That injury really hurt him, though.
Yeah, that fucked him up. That set him back big time.
Oh, and speaking of injuries,
Sami Zayn, for that matter.
Speaking of injuries, Hideo Itami is injured yet again, and I feel like that's going to be it for him.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling the same way.
That neck.
It's a shame too because the pop he got when he finally put the GTS out there was pretty good, and I thought they were going to do some kind of feud where like Joe was the one that took him out, before his injury or whatever, But I think that's going to be it for him. And Paige is another one that it could be. She's on borrowed time, I think, especially with the.
Well, she's out
gonna
now.
have the WWE wishes her well and future endeavors any day now.
Yeah.
You know what? I think so too. But I mean, either way, you're not going to see her for at least 6 months because she had the neck surgery.
Right. That is true.
So either way, I mean, listen, and that's a lot of time for her and the WWE to potentially repair any issues, although she's got to keep her mouth shut because
That's the only reason why she still has the job is because of the injury.
Yeah, I agree because she could sue them.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
because she failed the wellness policy twice and she's, proposing to Del Rio.
Yeah, but you know what, though? Let's talk about that for a second because she failed the wellness policy. If I got the story right, the first time she failed was like Adderall or something. Or no, I'm sorry.
No,
that's
that was
somebody
Eva.
else.
That was Eva Marie.
Right, you're right. So
Paige
the first
failed
one
it because she said she missed the test.
She missed the test, right. So that was her first fail. So she didn't really fail. She just no-showed. The second one, she was prescribed from a doctor with a doctor's note to take painkillers for her neck issue, and that's what she failed for. You cannot tell me the bigger names on the card, like a John, probably not John Cena because he's a machine, but other guys in his level are on pain medication, and the WWE lets it go.
But then don't forget, though, the time that she failed it was also the same time that she and Alberto Del Rio went public when he quit.
Right, and that's what they're using as a scapegoat.
That's what they're using as the...
Right, because they can't go after her and say, we're letting you go because we don't want you dating Alberto, because that's a lawsuit, too.
Right.
I saw the WWE released statement saying that her policy violation was not a doctor's prescribed medicine.
Yeah, because it wasn't
a
a Z-Pack.
for something else.
Well, it depends on who you listen to, because Paige and Alberto say otherwise.
Was Paige's doctor, was this a non-WWE doctor?
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Yeah, it wasn't the WWE's doctor or everything.
See,
so
that's why I still kind of somewhat defended CM Punk when he left. I know, okay, I get it. He didn't leave the right way. He should have, waited, until contract was up. I get that. But the things what about the things he was claiming about the WWE doctors and shit like that? You know what I mean? Like that, you can't, if he's not, he may be an asshole, but he's not, some of what he's said is, right.
he had merit, yeah.
He had merit, but it doesn't change the way he left.
Right.
Right.
At the end of the day, you just don't do business that way. Austin will be the first one to tell you it's his biggest regret in his career is walking out. You don't do that, especially in this business when it's a live show. When people pay to see you. It's the same thing now. One thing I give WWE a lot of credit for, anytime John Cena is promoted to be at a live event and for one reason or another he is not there, they offer anybody a full refund through the third match. And then you can still get a full refund because people paid to see Cena. That's the right thing to do. That's how you do good business. Just walking out and then talking shit, to me, is bullshit. You just don't conduct yourself that way. And if I was WWE, I would never bring CM Punk back.
Right.
And look at Cody Rhodes did what he did in a much more diplomatic way.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
Fucked worse than Punk because he's being told he can't even use the Rhodes name, which is ridiculous because this is his fucking name.
I can understand for WWE, they don't need to give it to him.
What, the Rhodes name?
Yeah.
They should.
They should.
It's the right thing to do.
That tends not to happen a lot.
Nothing is going to change the fact that man was his father.
Oh, I know. I'm not defending WWE. Just reality, unfortunately.
No, you're right. It's bullshit.
It'll still suck for Cody if Vince does be the one that buys out TNA. That's all I'm going to say.
I think he's done. Isn't he done with TNA already?
Well, he bought, from what I understand, he already bought the library. But
yes,
that's pretty much it. And get ready because the network, you're going to have an option instead of $9.99 to pay $15 and get TNA footage as well. And I think Ring of Honor, actually. I heard a rumor about that.
Other independent promotions are going to be
It was Ring of Honor and Evolve.
Evolve, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to get New Japan, too.
Ooh.
They have their own network.
But New Japan's big enough where
Yeah, they don't need WWE.
New Japan is the WWE of Japan. You know what I mean?
Very true.
Becky Lynch is coming back tonight.
Yeah, well, she returned at a live event, right? I think a couple days ago,
yes.
Maybe over the weekend.
Yeah, but no, I just got the Smackdown report just texted to me, so I was just looking at it.
Did anyone find out what her problem was in the first place? Why she was in the hospital?
There's a rumor going around.
What's the rumor? Because I didn't even hear a rumor.
Yeah, the rumor is that she had an abortion.
Ooh.
Really?
That's been the rumor going around for about the last 2 weeks, was that she had an abortion. That's why it's a non-related to wrestling injury.
Wow, I didn't hear that rumor. Is there any speculation on who the father is?
Not that I've seen. I saw it on one, what was it?
Her boyfriend.
Wrestling News Source reported it. I want to say like a week out, maybe 2 weeks ago it was.
She has a boyfriend?
I have no idea.
I swear I remember seeing her with the guy identified as boyfriend.
Oh,
I'm
really?
Googling it. I'm Googling it.
Not a wrestler or anything?
No.
Oh, good for her.
But it's been a while, so I can't even remember the name. And I tend not to put too much stock into that.
Yeah.
I try and stay out of people's affairs.
Yeah, screw that. It makes for good radio.
Doesn't say for anything if you look it up or anything of anyone being in any big relationship or anything for her. And normally you can find most of that stuff, but it doesn't say anything.
She's pretty private with that.
You know
That's
what? Good
good,
for
though.
her though.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not easy to keep it private, so especially in this day and age. So you give her a lot of credit for that. So we're
She's
getting
good talent.
Oh, she's phenomenal. I'm a big fan of Becky Lynch. And I'm glad they obviously had big plans for her, and that's why they didn't strip her of the title when she was gone.
Right. Well, it was only,
It's just,
it wasn't for, I guess they assumed, I mean, it sounds bad to say it. If that's what the reason was, it doesn't last very long.
30
That
it's
sounds
not
horrible to say.
Well, right, but it's not a 30-day,
Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't violate
I
anything in
hope
that
it
nature.
doesn't affect her negatively.
What?
It hasn't, like I said,
Like just the stress from it.
it came out as a rumor. Like I said, I have no confirmation, yay or nay on it. Like I said,
I'm not
that was the
saying-
internet rumor.
If it is the
Yeah.
case, I'm just hoping the best for her.
No, you're
Because
right.
they did set up the match with her and Alexa for November 8th or whatever or whenever to finally take place. What that was supposed to happen at the last pay-per-view.
Yep.
That's a waste of a match to make her the #1 contender. I'm sorry.
Who do you really got?
And not only that, they have Alexa Bliss as the #1 contender, and then the replacement for Becky was Naomi. And what do? They
She
have
loses to Naomi.
Alexa lose. How the fuck are you supposed to take her seriously as the #1 contender then?
No,
Yeah,
you're right.
it's true.
Better
So-
than Eva Marie being the champion, though.
Well, anything's better than Eva Marie. Anything.
I was liking her gimmick before she got popped.
Well, she
Oh,
doesn't have red
kind of
hair
fun.
anymore. She
The
doesn't have red
excuses
hair
thing.
anymore.
Well, because there was a rumor that she made it jet black to be Sister Abigail, but now there's rumors of other people. So who the hell knows when that's going to happen? Don't even get me started on Bray Wyatt. I need a whole hour on that. So.
Yes.
Yes.
But so listen, we're getting to the top of the hour. I just want to mention too, we are probably a couple weeks away from the relaunch of the new TagMeADate. I have already started to play around with some of the things, see some of the things. It is definitely bigger and better than ever before. A lot more stuff to do. It looks better. It feels better. It's more user-friendly. There's a new alert system. It's going to tell you when somebody was recently active, if they're currently active, when the last time they were active. You'll be alerted if somebody mentions your name in a comment. It's going to alert you if somebody checks your profile, if somebody sends you a message. The instant messaging system that's being put in is going to be better than ever before. The locker room search page is going to be interactive. You're going to be able to select the locker room doors to get different search options for your searching. We have an Android app coming after that, followed by an Apple app. So things are looking really up. We're moving along, and keep staying tuned for more updates as we get closer to the relaunch date. But very excited. It's going to be huge.
Sounds like it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Any last words from anyone around the room?
No.
I hope the women's Hell in a Cell is gonna be good.
Yeah.
I hope so. I hope they don't water it down too much.
I
But,
really have a feeling they're setting them up for failure.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier too. I agree. I think I don't think there's going to be any jump out of your seat moments. But the crowd is going to carry that match because they're going to be in Boston. Sasha's going to be a rock star. And I think there's a lot of potential for it to be a really great wrestling match. And we're making history. So I'm excited for it. And, next week we'll see how we did on our picks and we'll do it then. I'm going to have Jason Carey on from Married at First Sight, play us out. And until next Tuesday, Vince will be back. Kat, more than welcome to continue to keep coming on. And I'll see you all next week.
I'd love it. Thanks a lot, guys.
Hi, I'm Jason Carrion. I got married to a complete stranger, but you don't have to go through that. I want to talk to you about something called TagMeADate. Now, TagMeADate, you create your profile, and you can meet other wrestling fans. You can meet people, develop relationships with them, and you don't got to go through what I had to go through, where trying to develop a wrestling relationship with my wife. Well, she's growing on it, but not as much as you can grow into another relationship on TagMeADate. The first month is free, and I personally absolutely love it, and would do it if I didn't get married to a stranger. So do it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Go ahead. What are you still waiting for? Click.